Welcome to the first video in my new tutorial series. Just a short disclaimer before we start, all of the content from this series comes from the full Goalkeepers guide that I wrote, available in my Discord server for free, so be sure to check out the description if that interests you. We'll be kicking off the series with a beginner's tutorial, but keep in mind that goalkeepers of any skill level could use some practice on the stuff in this video. Okay, so most new keepers will try to dive to save most shots. This, however, is not the most efficient way to save for most keepers, as it takes a lot of skill to maneuver the different dives in the right directions. There are many more complicated reasons why newer keepers shouldn't bother with diving, but just trust me when I say that you'll want to wait until you're much more skilled before you start learning to dive. So yeah, don't think you'll never be able to look cool while saving shots, just save that until much further down the line. Now, how do you save shots without diving? I'll be introducing you to two new moves here. The high reflex catch and the low reflex catch. Both of which have the keybinds I've put on the screen, and there's also a mobile version. The finger movement for this might feel difficult at first, but you'll get used to it with time. It's important to keep in mind that the high reflex catch can push you backwards when you save a shot. So you can use the following combo to counteract this. Moving left while attempting a reflex catch on PC is pretty easy, but moving right is where things can get trickier. You can't reasonably press X and then F or R without letting go of the D key. A simple fix for this is to turn right and move forward, as your middle finger will always be free to press the W key. One problem with this method is that your save delay can mean the ball will stay in the net even if you reach it. Anyone can argue that it's a save, but the simple fact is that most players and most leagues will see this as a clear goal due to the ball staying in the net. So to counter this problem, you'll have to turn back outwards once you reach the ball, so that it saves out of the net rather than into the side. This will take a decent amount of practice, but it will save you a lot of pain in the long run. So now you've learnt how to approach saving shots. Now you'll have to be able to practice this effectively, so here are a few methods for training what you've learnt in this lesson. Method 1 is useful for newer goalkeepers trying to stop instinctively diving. So first step, for a couple matches or until you've gotten the hang of it, you should stop diving completely. All you should allow yourself to do is press the X key, or the save key. Try not to skip this step, as it's important to start with. Keep in mind that you can still pick the ball up with F. After the initial X period, start experimenting with each reflex catch, including jump plus low reflex catch. Method 2 is useful for any level of goalkeeper who needs to build the muscle memory of both reflex catches, so that they can respond to shots without having to think as much. Step 1, for whichever move you're trying to train, do 10 repetitions without fail. If you mess up once, restart from 1. Once you've done 10, you can set your new target to 20. Keep doing this until you're able to execute the move consistently. This type of training is effective for any movement or combo you learn during this series. Now, method 3 is similar to method 2, but with the addition of actually catching the ball. So you need to gather up a lot of balls near the net in private practice arena and then throw them at the main black launch pad one by one, executing the move you are training every time. Once you have done a set number of repetitions without failure, increase the number as you did in the previous method. And then you can just repeat this process for every other type of save you're trying to train. Yeah, so that will be all for today. Be sure to check out the full written guide to goalkeeping through the Discord server in the description, completely free for anybody to view. Thank you for watching.